one.
Bring your kids, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's gonna know who beat the MTS Mets from New York.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shea Stadium in New York, where this is the final game of a four-game series between the Atlanta Braves and your New York Mets. Today, the Mets are kind of slipping a little bit. They are in the National League. When we last met you, the Mets have been rolling, and all of a sudden, autoplay has not been kind to them. They are 20-14 on the season. They've lost 5 in a row, 6 out of the last 10, and they're a half game in back of the red-hot Atlanta Braves. The Braves come in 21 wins, 14 losses, winners of their last 9 games, winners of the last 9 out of the last 10, and they come in as a very hungry ball team. But today you have an extreme matchup, second game of a doubleheader. It's going to be Phil Niekro on the mound for the Atlanta Braves, taking on, that's right, rookie right-hander Jacob Degrom. So Jacob Degrom ready to go in game number 2 to try to break the winning streak of the Braves and try to put the Mets back in the right spot. So let's go over the notes that we have for today's game. Give some time for people to come in to visit before the festivities start. I always like to do this as a part of the broadcast. So the game today, it is the Braves 21-14, Mets 20-14. The Braves are 21-14. They're in first place. They're 11-8 on the road, 17-10 versus right-handers. The Mets are 20-14. They're in second place, 10-9 at home. They're 13-12 versus right-handers. In this series, the Braves defeated the Mets 6-4, 6-4, and 4-1. In this game, it will be Phil Niekro on the mound, 4-3, 2.55. Takes on Jacob Degrom. He's 4-2, 2.12 ERA. Big things the Mets have been missing during the streak. They've been missing Jerry Grody. He's been on the disabled list. He'll still have a couple more. He'll be back next week. He'll still have a couple more games on his 15-day DL. The red-hot hitters for the Mets have been Darren Johnson, hitting 361 in his last 10 games. He's had 5 home runs of his 13 hits. Felix Mion for the Braves has been hitting 400 in his last 10 games, while Bud Harrelson's hitting 333. Who's been not and who's not has been brought to you by Rheingold Beer, the sponsor of the New York Mets. Phil Niekro has been hot in his last start. He went 9 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 walk, and had a win. He'll be taking on Jacob Degrom in his last 16 innings. He's given up 12 hits, 4 runs, 17 strikeouts, and he's actually lost his last 2 starts. So he's not been the benefit of much run support in our series so far. Let's get down to the field and get to the starting lineups and ready to go. For the Mets, Darren Johnson in left, Tommy Agee in center, and Art Shamsky around right. Ed Charles around third, Bud Harrelson's at short, Kenny Boswell at second, and Ed Kranepool's at first. Behind the plate is J.C. Martin, and on the mound, Jacob Degrom, 4-2, 2.12 ERA, 30 hits, 47 innings, struck out 61, only walked 5. He's given up 3 home runs on the season. As Jacob Degrom finishes his last warm-up pitches, let's take a look at Jacob Degrom's last couple starts. Both have been losses. He's gone 8 innings, gave up 2 one-earned run and 1 on May the 10th, then back on May the 15th. He gave up 3 earned runs in 8 innings. Both have resulted to losses. And that was a game 2 games ago where he almost had a perfect game, going 8+ innings against the Chicago Cubs. Let's get this baseball game started. For the Braves, it will be Jackson leading off at short, Felix Mion at second, Henry Aaron batting third, Felipe Alou in center batting fourth, Joe Torre batting 5th. Terry Francona batting 6th. At 7th is Darren Johnson. Batting 8th is Martinez at 3rd. And Phil Niekro batting 9th and pitching. So here is Jackson. He'll lead off. Let's get some little words on Mr. Jackson here. It is going to be Sonny Jackson. So he had 360 at bats, had a home run. He is a left-handed hitter. Degrom looks in, gets the sign from Martin, looks in, and here's the pitch to Jackson. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Shamsky is there, makes the catch, and there's one out here at the big ballpark at Shea Stadium. Still a lot of good seats available in the second game with the whole header. The Mets have been struggling. Here's Felix Mion. Felix hitting 241, 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, and 7 ribbies. J.C. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom, the big windup. Here's the pitch to Mion. And Mion, ground ball to third. Eddie Charles picks it up, throws him out the crane pool, and there's 2 outs. And now here is Henry Aaron hitting 319, 10 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Big Henry comes up, big right-handed hitter. This is a matchup you've been wanting to see. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom takes a deep breath, and here's the windup and pitch to Aaron. And he struck him out, so Jacob Degrom strikes out Henry Aaron. 3 up, 3 down, go to Braves. No score, heading to the bottom of the first. On the mound, Phil Niekro, 4-3, 2.55 ERA, 48 hits over 53 innings. That is 10 walks and 37 strikeouts. He's only allowed 1 home run. Let's take a look under the radar for Phil Niekro and see what he's done the last couple starts. In his last couple starts, we just lost it. Give me 1 second. We'll pull this back up and take a look at it once again. He has lost 2 out of his last 3 starts. In his 1 outing, he went 6 innings, giving up 7 hits, 2 runs, and 2 earned. Then he came back on the 8th of the month, went 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned. Again, he lost. His last outing was a win on the 13th. He went a complete game, 9 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, and a shutout, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. The Braves, this is one of their best pitchers on their team. He has already completed 3 complete games in his victories where he's given up 2, 1, and no earned runs. So when he's been out there, he's been quite effective and been dominating. Let's see if the knuckleball has his good stuff today. Here's Tommy Agee hitting 209, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. Torre puts down the sign. Niekro with the windup. Here's the pitch to Agee. Agee on a 6-9 ground ball to second. Mion flips it to Johnson for out number 1. Here's Kenny Boswell. He's hitting 313, one of the hotter Mets. No homers, 6 RBIs, left-handed batter. Torre puts down the sign. Niekro looks in with the big windup and deals to Boswell. And that's going to be a ground ball to second. That's going to be Mion again. He picks it up and throws him out for out number 2. So Mion tested twice. He throws 2 men out. And now here's Cleon Jones hitting 299, 7 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Torre puts down the target. Niekro looks in, gets the side. Here's the pitch to Cleon Jones. And Cleon Jones sitting on the left field. So Cleon Jones is on. And now here's the Mets' hottest hitter, Eddie Charles, hitting 341, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. Torre puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Will they try to steal second? Let's see. Here comes the throw. God, no, not in time. Stolen base, Cleon Jones. Runner on second and 2 outs. They get the good jump on Niekro. Now Eddie Charles in a good position here with a runner in scoring position to get something going here. Torre puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out. Pitch to Charles. And that is going to be a strikeout for Eddie Charles. Swings over the knuckleball. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We played 1 inning of play here in New York. Atlanta, nothing. The New York Mets, nothing. Top of the second here at the ballpark here in Flushing. It will be Felipe Alou, Joe Torre, and Terry Francona. Felipe Alou, one of the hotter Brave hitters, hitting 319, 2 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Felipe Alou. 1-12 fouls out behind the plate. J.C. Martin's there, puts away the mask, and makes the catch. Here's the young catcher, Joe Torre, 327, 4 homers, 20 RBIs, having a solid season for Atlanta so far. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom nods. Here's the pitch to Degrom. And that is going to be a fly ball to left. Cleon Jones is there. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away. And now here is Terry Francona. Boy, he has a likeness of his little boy, Terry. Terry's hitting 247. 1 triple. 10 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Little power. Frank Martin puts down the sign. DeGrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Francona. And that is going to be a strikeout for DeGrom. He struck out 2, and we played an inning and a half. No score from Flushing. Okay, now it's time for Art Shamsky, followed by Eddie Kranepool and Bud Harrelson. In the lineup is Shamsky. He's been up 10 times, 1 hit, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Gets to start today versus the right-hander. We'll see if he can maybe get something going here. Torrey sets down the target. Niekro looks in. Here's a pitch to Shamsky. 1 sick ground ball to short. Jackson got it, throws to first, and there is 1 away. Here's Ed Kranepool, seeing a lot of time lately, hitting 240. 3 doubles, 3 homers, 18 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter, big crowd favorite here at Shea. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro with the big windup and pitch to Kranepool. And that's going to be a strikeout out, and Kranepool swung over the knuckleball. Here is Bud Harrelson. He's been hot over the last 10 games, hitting 256, 5 doubles, and 12 runs batted in. Harrelson, a switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side. Torrey puts down the target. Niekro with the white. Here's the pitch to Harrelson. And that's going to be a pop-up to short. Jackson is there, makes the catch, and we play 2. No score. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd inning here at Shea Stadium. Score is 0-0 here between the Mets and Braves. Now here is Johnson. Let's see which Johnson is. I'm guessing it's Darren Johnson, usually with a lot of power. Let's see if this is him. Darren Johnson. Darren Johnson, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, only hitting 106, 104 at bats. He has really struggled coming out the gate. Martin puts down the target. DeGrom with a windup, and here's the pitch to DeGrom. And that is going to be ground ball to short. Good play for Harrelson. Throws him out, and there's 1 out here in the 3rd. And now here is Martinez, the 3rd baseman. Martinez comes in hitting 136, no homers, 4 RBIs. That is Martinez. Gets the start today at 3rd. Martin puts down the target. DeGrom looks in the windup. Here's the pitch to Martinez. And that's going to be a strikeout for DeGrom. He's got 3, 1 in each inning. And now here is Phil Niekro. Talk about a guy who does not look comfortable at the plate right now. Niekro hit 104, had 2 home runs on this season, but doesn't have any on the card. That's a shame. Martin puts down the target. DeGrom with the windup. Here's the pitch to Niekro. And that is going to be a strikeout for Niekro. So Jacob DeGrom strikes out 2 in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. No score here at Shea. Here's J.C. Martin. He's hitting 160, home run, 5 RBIs. Nothing against J.C., but the Mets really missed their leader of this team, Jerry Grody, who's been out with an injury but should be back early next week. Torrey puts down the sign. Phil Niekro looks in. Here's the windup and pitch to Martin. 5-8 and got him looking. So Martin down on strikes. And now here's DeGrom. DeGrom hitting 200, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. He bats from the left-hand side. He's got power on his card. Torrey puts down the target. Niekro with the windup. Here's a pitch to DeGrom. And DeGrom hits a line drive at deep right center field. Back goes. It's deep and gone. Jacob DeGrom helps himself and hits a long home run. How about that? So Jacob DeGrom kicks the round tour, and he scores, gets the high five from AG, and DeGrom just gave himself some run support with a solo homer off Niekro. 1-0 Mets here in the 3rd. Here's Tom AG. 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro with the windup. Here's the pitch to AG, and that is a single center field for AG. So AG's on. AG a 1-11 to try to steal second base. 1 out here in the 3rd. Here's Boswell. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. They try to stay out of the double play and run AG here. So AG looks in, tries to get a good lead. Here's the throw. No, this time he's thrown out by Torrey. Torrey throws a strike to Mion, who applied the tag. 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Here's Boswell. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro looks in. Here's the pitch to Boswell. And Boswell, fly ball to right. Aaron is there, makes the catch. And we play 3 here at Shea. Jacob Degrom helps himself with a long ball. We go to the 4th. 1-0 Mets. So now the 4th inning, and Jacob Degrom has been again looking like his dominating self like he did in that Cup game. Here is Sonny Jackson, followed by Mion and Aaron. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom looks in wide up. Here's the pitch to Sonny Jackson. And that's a strikeout for Degrom. That's 5 for Jacob. Here is Felix Mion. Mion 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. J.C. Martin puts down the target. Degrom nods. Fans on their feet here at Shea. Second game with doubleheader. Here's a pitch to Degrom. And that's a base hit to center field. First base hit of the ballgame for the Atlanta Braves. Mion's on at first with 1 out. And here's Henry Aaron. So Henry Aaron comes up, struck out his first time up. Degrom now got the hit out of the way. Martin puts down the target. Degrom working from the stretch. Mion takes a good, healthy lead off first. Here's the pitch to Aaron. And that is going to be a strikeout for Degrom. He struck out Henry Aaron twice. So now here's Felipe Alou, 0 for 1. Fouled out his first time up. Mion out at first, 2 outs. Mets lead 1-0. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom nods from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Felipe Alou. And that is a ground ball to short. Harrelson goes to Boswell, the short way to end the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, and one man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is 1-0 Mets. So now Cleon Jones, followed by Eddie Charles and Art Shamsky, batting for the Mets here. 1-0 Mets. Torrey puts down the sign as Phil Niekro looks in. Here's a pitch to Cleon Jones. And Cleon Jones ground ball to short. Sonny Jackson comes up, throws him out the first for the first out here in the 4th. Here's Eddie Charles. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Torrey puts down the sign. Phil Niekro with the windup. Here's the pitch to Charles. And Charles on a pop up the 3rd. Marty Martinez makes the catch. And there's 2 outs here in the 4th. Here's Art Shamsky. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out his first time up. Torrey puts down the sign for him. Phil Niekro looks in. Here's the pitch to Art Shamsky. Shamsky with a single center field. So Shamsky with the base hit. He needed that one. Runner on first, 2 outs. And here's Eddie Kranepool. Kranepool 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 out. Pitch to Kranepool. And Kranepool line drive to Felix Mion in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We played 4, 1-0 Mets as we head to the 5th inning. So Jacob Degrom heading into the 5th inning of work with a 1-0 lead. And boys, he looked paralyzing so far. 6 strikeouts through 4 innings, only giving up 1 hit. Martinez puts down the target. Degrom looks in with the windup. Here's the pitch to Torrey. And Torrey struck him out. Strikeout number 7 for Degrom. Here's Francona. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom from the stretch. Gets it from J.C. Martin. Here's the windup and pitch to Francona. And he walked him. So first walk of the day for Degrom. Tying runner goes to the plate. Runner on first, the top of the 5th and 1 out. And here is Darren Johnson, another tough right-handed hitter. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch to Johnson. And that is going to be ground ball to short. Harrelson, Boswell, Kranepool, double play. And that's all for the Braves in the 5th. No runs, a walk, no man left. At the end, going to the bottom of the 5th, it's 1-0 Mets. So Harrelson, Martin, Degrom, the bat for the Mets here in the 5th. So Torrey gets ready, puts down the sign. Niekro looks in, but Harrelson 0 for 1, the pop out so far. Here's the pitch to Harrelson, and that is going to be a ground ball to short. Jackson's got it, goes to first, and he got 1 away. 1 out in the 5th for J.C. Martin. He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And now here is J.C. Martin. He's 0 for 1 so far. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro looks in. Here's the pitch to J.C. Martin. And that's going to be ground ball back to the mound. Niekro's got it. Goes to Darren Johnson for out number 2. Here's Jacob Degrom. He basically took matter to himself so far. 1 for 1 with a long home run his first time up. Torrey puts down the target. Phil Niekro looks in. Here's the pitch to Degrom. And that is a strikeout for Niekro. Boy, that knuckleball fooled him. 3 up, 3 down, go to Mets. Let's head to 6th. It's 1-0 Degrom and the Mets. So Degrom comes out for his 6th inning of work. Degrom has struck out 6 through 5. Marty Martinez readies, followed by Niekro and Jackson here in the Atlanta 6th. Martin puts down the sign for him. Degrom looks in, and the big pitch to Marty Martinez. 1-3, pop the first. Crane pulls there, makes the catch, and 1 away. And here's Phil Niekro. 1 out in the 6th. Niekro should bat for himself here. He's only down 1-0. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom looks in, a big wide up to Niekro. And that is a line drive to Boswell for out number 2. And now here's Sonny Jackson. He's flied out and ground now. 2 outs in the 6th. 1-0 Mets. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom with a big wide up and pitch to Sonny Jackson. And that is a ground ball to second. Boswell's got it. Goes to first. No strikeouts for Degrom. But the Braves go 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0 Mets. So now it's A.G., Boswell, and Jones for the Mets here in the 6th. 1-0. This is the alternate universe 1968 Stratomatic replay where Jacob Degrom enters the 1968 New York Met rotation. Tommy Agee the batter, followed by Boswell and Jones. 1-0 New York. Torrey puts down the target. Niekro with the big windup and pitch to Agee. That's a 1-6 and struck him out. Knuckleball over for Phil. 1 away in the 6th. That is 5 strikeouts for Niekro. He's given up 4 hits. Only thing has been a home run in the 3rd inning to his opposing pitcher, Jacob Degrom. Kenny Boswell 0 for 2. He's grounded out in fly-out. This is his 3rd at bat in the 6th inning. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro looks in. Here's the pitch to Boswell. And that is a ground ball to short. Oh, that's a tough play for Jackson. He gets it. Throws. Got him. Oh, good play by Darren Johnson to dig it out. Jackson got it over there, but Johnson had to pick it. 2 outs in the 6th. Cleon Jones the batter, 1 for 2, a single in the 1st. Mets lead 1-0, 2 outs in the 6th. Second game with doubleheader. Mets trying to break their 5-game losing streak. Atlanta trying to extend to 11-game winning streak as the Braves have a half-game lead in the National League. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Torrey puts down the target. Niekro with the windup. Here's a pitch to Cleon Jones. And that is going to be a ground ball to short. Jackson's got to throw to the first, and the Mets go easily 1-2-3. Let's head to the 7th. It is 1-0 Mets. So Mets a 1-0 7th inning lead as Jacob Degrom tries to end this losing streak and also end the Braves' 9-game winning streak. So here we go. 7th inning of work. Felix Mion, the batter. He's grounded out and single, has the only Brave hit so far. Martin puts down the target. Degrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Mion, and that's a strikeout for Degrom. He's got 8. And now here's Aaron, boy, the Hall of Famer, 0 for 2 in the ballgame, 2 strikeouts. Martin puts down the target. Degrom looks in. The rookie right-hander. Here's the pitch to Aaron, and that is going to be a strikeout for Degrom. He's got the hat trick on Aaron. First time facing Aaron, he's got the hat trick. So 2 outs in the 7th. That is 9 strikeouts for Degrom, looking for double figures again. Let's look at Degrom and how he's faced strikeouts-wise and how many times he's gone double digits here in starts. He is right now on his verge. He's made 6 starts on the year. He struck out multiples of 10 4 times. He struck out 9 and 7, so he's already at 9. One more, we give him his 5th game of 10 or more. 2 outs here in the 7th. Here's Alou 0 for 2, fouled out and ground out. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom for the windup. Here's the pitch to Alou, and that is going to be a strikeout. There's his 10th. Degrom gets multiples, 10 strikeouts or more for the 5th time. Let's get up and stretch here at Shea. 1-0 Mets. Holy cow, what a start for Jacob Degrom here. So bottom of the 7th here. Mets just going, making it easy here. Charles, Shamsky, and Kranepool for the Mets. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro with the windup. Here's the pitch to Charles. And Charles struck him out. Niekro with another strikeout. That's his 6th. Here's Art Shamsky. He's grounded out and single. Has won the Met 4 hits in the game. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro with the windup. Here's the pitch to Shamsky. And Shamsky with a line drive in the gap for a base hit. So Shamsky gets a base hit. Round first stays there. Base hit number 5 for Atlanta. Here's Eddie Kranepool. He struck out and lined out. Mets lead 1-0 here in the 7th. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch now. Shamsky to take a good lead. Here's the pitch to Kranepool. And that is going to be a ground ball to first. Johnson goes to Jackson. It's all you're going to get. Kranepool will beat the relay. So a good hard slide prevents the double play. So Kranepool's on at first. Fielder's choice 3-6. 2 outs in the 7th for Bud Harrelson, who's 0 for 2. So now Harrelson, the switch hitter, batting from the left-hand side, has popped up and ground out. Been on a hot bat lately. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch to Bud Harrelson. 3-5 ground ball to first. Johnson takes it to the bag himself. And the Mets are done in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Let's head to the 8th. 1-0 Mets. We go to the 8th inning. Holy cow. Jacob Degrom goes out and works in his 8th inning of work. He struck out 10, only giving up 1 hit. J.C. Martin again puts down the sign. He's controlled Degrom today. Not a great game. Well, lineup, here's the pitch to Torrey. And that is short out. That is the first out here. Down the sign, Degrom looks in, and the big windup to Francona. And Francona hits a line drive at deep right field. Back on Shamsky at the track, makes the catch. Oh, he had a shot there. Francona hit one right down the line, but Shamsky got it and put it back in play. 2 outs in the 8th. So Degrom hung one there. 2 outs in the 8th for Darren Johnson, who's 0 for 2. Martin puts down the sign. Degrom from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Harrelson's got it. Throws to the first. And Jacob Degrom has given the Mets 8. Through spot going to the bottom of the 8th. It's 1-0 Mets. Holy cow. A great outing for Degrom. So last of the 8th, J.C. Martin. And we'll see if Degrom bats or not. Fans are looking on. Then it'll be AG. And then that'll be it. So let's see. Torrey readies, puts down the sign. Niekro looks in to J.C. Martin, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout and grounded out. And here it is. That's a line drive base hit for J.C. Martin. That makes it easy now. Degrom will come up. He has a lone run for the Mets here. A home run back to the 3rd. It looks like he's going to be asked to put down a sacrifice. If the Mets can add a run here on playing small ball. So here's Degrom, puts the backhand out. Here's the sacrifice by Degrom. He fouled it off. It's 1-2. So he stays with it. Let's see if they decide to stay with the bunt or they decide to take it off. 1-2's the batter. They'll stay with the bunt. Here's a pitch from Degrom. Strike 3. He fouled it off. So Degrom is out on strikes. 1 out in the 8th. Here's AG. AG has grounded out, single in the 3rd, and struck out back in the 6th. Mets trying to add some insurance here in the 8th before Degrom goes out and pitches the 9th. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch to AG. AG struck him out. Niekro with 8 of his own. 2 outs here in the 8th. And now here's Boswell, 0 for 3. Torrey puts down the sign. Niekro from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch to Boswell. And that's a ground ball to first. Johnson takes it to the bag himself, and we head to the 9th. It is Mets 1, Braves nothing. The Mets 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. The Braves no runs on 1 hit. So now the bottom part of the order for the Braves, Martinez, Niekro, probably a pinch hitter then, and then Sonny Jackson. So the Braves will send up the last 3 hitters in their lineup. Degrom has pitched 1 over the minimum. His only hit he gave up was the 0 for 2 with TV bats. DeGrom is auto-tired, so any hit with the box will result in a hit. So anything on a 5-7 or a 6-6 will be base hit. So let's see what's going to happen here. Martin puts down the sign. DeGrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Marty Martinez. 2-5 line drive to Carlson gets out number 1. So now here is Niekro 0 for 2. They'll call him back. Let's see what the Braves go with. And they will go with Valdesapino. He's hitting 167, 1 for 6 with RBI. Left-handed batter. He's got a little bit of power. We'll see what DeGrom does 1 out in the 9th. Martin puts down the target. DeGrom looking in, but the windup here is the pitch. And that is going to be a ground ball to third. Charles got it, goes to the first, and that is 2 outs here in the 9th. Sonny Jackson, 0 for 3. So Jacob DeGrom has pitched 1 over the minimum. 1 hit through 8 2/3. Martin puts down the side. DeGrom nods, looks in, pitch to Jackson, and they will go to Mike Lum. So Mike Lum, the batter, 1 for 9, no homers and RBIs, got some power from the left-hand side. So Martin puts down the target, Lum ready to hit. DeGrom from the lineup, here's the pitch. And that is going to be ground ball to third. Charles got it, goes to first, got him. And Jacob DeGrom, a 1-hit masterpiece. Pitches to 28 Atlanta Braves, only giving up 1 hit. Wow, virtuoso, almost perfection for Jacob. The Mets win at 1-0. Only run coming out of third inning home run by DeGrom. The Mets 1 run, 6 hits, while the Braves no runs, 1 hit. What amazing performance from Mr. DeGrom. Only RBI DeGrom, only home run DeGrom. Stolen bases, Cleon Jones had his 4th. Francona was the only walk. Strikeout, there were plenty. Sonny Jackson, Mion, Aaron struck out 3 times. Alou, Torrey, Francona, Martinez, Niekro, AZ struck out twice. Charles struck out twice. Cranepool, Martin, and DeGrom struck out twice. What an amazing game. Runners left in scoring position, not many. The Braves they did not get a runner past first base. The Mets were 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Jacob DeGrom, utterly incredible. He gave up 1 hit and 1 walk through 9 innings. He reduced his ERA from 2.12 to 1.78. Unfortunately, Phil Niekro gets stuck with the loss. It was a bad loss. 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 run was earned. 8 strikeouts. ERA actually goes to 2.36 on the loss. The Mets go to 21-14. The Braves go to 21-15. Let's look at the Tom Seaver and DeGrom starts coming up. And we'll see when we'll see you next right here on the channel. So here we go, and let's see. So it looks like it'll be Tom Seaver taking on Bob Moose. That is the beginning of a series with the Pittsburgh Pirates as they come in. So that should be fairly exciting. We'll wait to see that on the channel or possibly as an upload. We'll see how that goes. And then it'll be Jim Bunning taking on Jerry Kuzman. Mets need to have a successful homestand here against the Buccos. Bob Veal, well, no, that was a short series. Don Cardwell, who's been struggling for the Mets, will take on Jeff James. They'll be in Philadelphia. I believe ends up being at Connie Mack, I believe, or Shy Park. So let's see. So DeGrom's next start will be probably against the Phillies. Let's see if we have them set to go here. Let's see who the next start is going to be. Nope, that's not there. So let's see. So it looks like it's DeGrom may have gotten pushed back. There it is. Oh, his next start will be in Atlanta. So next Saturday night, it'll be Jacob DeGrom against Pat Jarvis. So I'll put that on manual to get that set up. And then we will put that one back on. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm correct on that. Oh, no. It's like the Mets. Oh, that's played. Sorry about that. So give me 1 second. I'm going to have a look at this.
You never call me.
I don't know why not you to call me.
I've called you the last 3 times. That makes 4.
3.
Or
So let's take a look at this, folks.
Anyways, hi. What are you doing? Me too.
Don't like it.
Why are you so?
So let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and play that day for you folks. So now let's.
That's what my life is like.
So now let's see.
My mom was in the hospital last weekend.
Why?
So I'll put that on hold for you guys. And
Friday night, she started coughing. And by Saturday morning,
let's see if we have any
when
Met
I had
game
her-
here. The Mets beat
when
the
my sister
Pirates
and Amanda
1
got
to
off
nothing.
work,
So a great
my
game for
mom
the
left her
Mets
a
there.
message that said, "Can
So
you
they
call
got a
us?"
real huge win.
By Saturday morning, when my sister and
And let's keep
Amanda
looking.
got she had pneumonia.
So we beat the Mets.
They not her taking VR.
4-1. And so here we go. Here, let's go ahead and play this. And the Braves beat the Mets 6-1. The Mets really having some issues with them. So and then we have the Degrom game on Saturday. So there's 2 games we have left to show you. And that will be Bob Moose against Tom Seaver. And then we'll go all the way to next Saturday night. And it will be Jacob Degrom against Pat Jarvis in Atlanta. And that should be a good one, folks. Let's look at the standings real quick and get out of here. Let's look at it real quick here. We'll keep you here forever. Having a short game. And so far, what a standings we have. The San Francisco Giants are 24-17. They are in first place. The Mets are half game back, 22-16. The Cardinals, who won this division, are 22-17. So watch out. The Cardinals may be getting hot. Atlanta has moved to 4, 23-18. They're 1 game back. So the Mets have 2 games left to show you. We'll show you that probably coming up. Thank you for being here, folks. We appreciate everyone coming. If you watch it, please like. Please subscribe. Please do everything you can. Help me out on the channel. And of course, thank you for coming in as you're watching New York Met Baseball 1968 Alternate Universe featuring Jacob Degrom as he was back in time to be a rookie pitcher on the 1968 Mets. Thank you, folks. Have a good day.